Pink. I got like 5 minutes before I officially start, but I'm happy to chat in the starting soon a bit. I love that emote, Viv. Give a few more minutes before we switch over and actually reveal the animated model. Hey there, Kyle. How you doing? No, shh. Don't reveal my secrets. Yeah, Pink is right. There are a lot lewder things that get said on this stream. It's such a cute emote, Kyle. And I can appreciate those next two. Hope y'all are having a good Sunday. Senna, how are you doing? By clock, I got 4 more minutes before I actually officially start. Very good Sunday for you, Solaris. Glad to hear that. Oh, no worries. Don't need to be active in chat if you don't wanna. I am very much happy for all the lurks and all the support that people have been given. I didn't say your name specifically, Tannel. I did earlier, though. In text. It's not offensive enough. Everyone channel your inner mousy. What? Thank you, you got me all confused. Thank you. Sweet. Iron Mouse. Oh. She is really fucking funny. I've been seeing so many of her clips with Connor or whoever. Like it's on my YouTube shorts, it's mostly Ami Lee or Monarch and Iron Mouse. Fair bit of Taka. And then like a bunch of fucking flesh tubers. Of course, I'm seeing about a lot of Markiplier too. Connor Dog, that's who it is? Oh, okay. He's pretty funny too. Oh my god, 1 more minute. Can I actually see the seconds? Yes. Give it a little more time. Always this hate having that actual countdown on my screen. Mousy is your favorite gremlin? Oh my god, I love her gremlin energy. She is like so fucking funny. It's hit 2 o'clock my time. It's officially beginning. Turn off the music because that will be... You're in the future now. What? Did you go in a time capsule or something? But it is time to reveal on stream live. I could have had a drum roll ready, but honestly, I'm way too lazy for that. Hey everybody, how you doing? Good Sunday I've been hearing. Overall good vibes, and I hope it gets better for those who haven't been having the best times. 4 p.m. for you. Wow. Oh, right, yeah, that's how time zones work. Hey Rhea. Rhea. I'm so bad with remembering pronunciations. Hey Aaron, how you doing? You're over on YouTube. That's where I like to have it. So, I'm gonna guess most of the people that actually already know me know that I have been doing pictures in a game called Koikatsu, and that's where I made this model. I actually had a friend of mine export the model from the game over into Blender and then over into Unity, and then they turned it into a VRM, which is what I'm using here. After a Portal Whoa Mama moment. Thank you. I'm actually going to pull up the person who did it. They deserve big thanks, appreciations, and follows. Check out my boys and Maddie. Fucking love them. They did me a huge favor with this. I do not know if they do commissions at all, but they did it for their Vtuber, and they decided to help me out with mine. And I can't be more grateful. Oh, your partner thinks my Vtuber looks cool too? Tell them I say thank you. Oh, aside from that, I don't really know what I have to go over with the model specifically, because my art is fairly well seen. The shader for the model did play with, what's it? How the hair looks and all that. Unfortunately, the eye tracking is just a problem that all Koikatsu models seem to have. But yes, they did a really great job of transferring the model from Koikatsu over to a VRM, so I can just use my regular VTubing program, which you may have noticed, I've got animated hands now. I'm using a program called Webcam Motion Receiver. I dropped something behind me. I think I got it. Or are you talking about my tail being animated back there? Just pooping along. I did use the original inspiration was kind of trying to reimagine my original succubus design, which I called my Sparkle Goth outfit. See if I can pull up a pic. Hold. Yes, I can. So it has been grabby hands. Yes, I do have very grabby hands. You didn't see the tail, but you love it? Yay. Okay, where the fuck is it? Want the full body? That will do. Wait, did I set up PC? Not quite. What the fuck? Yeah, that'll work. What's this one? But this one. Display capture. Don't be loud in my ear, that's rude. Gotta move up. I gotta remember to transfer over this scene. Are you fucking serious? Be like that. Wanna offer a promotion? How about you promote my dick? Hank, if you haven't handled that, would you mind? Do do do. Right, adding scene. Source. Source. Chat, because I don't want chat to be ignored for this next little showcase. So for those of you who don't know, it's a great dick, 11 out of 10. Yeah, that's true. Suck you fraud promotion. Was doing it before I said it. Perfect. You're the best mod. Thank you. 100 out of 10 dick. But yeah, this was my original succubus design back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like, what, 6 months ago? Holy shit, it has been such a big change since I first used that model. I was given a reason. Oh, okay, no worries, no worries. I am actually only watching my chat app, so I don't think I can directly handle stuff. I can only block them through the app. I don't know if that actually blocks them on Twitch or on YouTube when they're being pains in the ass. Meet me in my tree later. I got some new tricks I want to show you. Fuck yeah, bet. I'm there. Love your new model. Thank you. I love it too. It's... Ah! Ah. But such a big difference. I do miss the eye tracking, of course. But honestly, I think this is well worth the loss of eye tracking. Plus, I can always take the time to either figure it out myself or find an artist that can actually handle it. Like a rigger or somebody that knows something. What am I going to next? Should probably talk my lore, shouldn't I? I've never really gone over my lore officially, so I probably should. Wait, I was going to do a segment. Boop. Boop. So I like to call myself a succubus. But is that actually the proper term for me. Because in folklore and shit, the succubus is a female body, but they are the bottom as they're only described in the folklore. The incubus is the one that's the top. They're mostly going in through dreams and that kind of shit. So I kind of think that I'm like a femme incubus, but I don't think I'm actually going to rebrand from succubus. I actually kind of like that. It makes it easier for people to actually find me instead of trying to, I don't know, deal with that incubus stuff. I'll stick with the gender roles for incubus, succubus, but definitely not the trancubus. That's probably what I should do. But honestly, this was the body I was born with. I was, I want to say B cup in high school. But you know how public and school kids are. So I wanted to fit in. So, I am definitely a sex demon. But I was kinda kicked out of hell. You were chaos in high school? You're a bottom with mommy dommy vibes? Yeah, I get that from you, Pink. And grade school? Yeah. I was kinda there, mostly in the background, but I did actually star in a couple high school plays. But I did get kicked out of hell because I didn't want to, you know, punish people for the sake of punishing. And like, suck you bitch. Oh, I can channel that if people piss me off, but people tend not to. It was just constantly in hell. They always wanted to. I love that I'm actually getting stun locked by chat. This is fun. I'm a bottom made of chaos and insanity. Yeah, I definitely see that out of you, Tannel. Rather turn you on? Wait, me or... That's definitely possible, but good luck. Yeah. Rhea, you're cute. Oh, they're still responding to me. Coolio. Some people might be wondering why I did actually get kicked out of hell. That is a bit of a funny story. So, there's this dude. By dude, I'm using that gender neutrally. I don't really know how they present. But they wanted me to torture people, and I was like, no, that's not really my thing. And they're like, you were born to do this. Because you let me go, right? Yes. And I was like, okay, I'm a bounce. How about you go fuck yourself? Because I'm not going to do it for you. And when I went to go leave, they branded me with one of my marks. That mark, or every succubus does get one mark, at least, when they come of age, I think it was. I can't remember. I'm like 12,000 years old. forget so much shit because of the other mark, but don't worry about it. But the first mark I got was pheromone up here that you guys can actually see. And that one, it increases people's arousal when I'm around them, so to speak. Feelings get stronger the closer I get to them. Go fuck yourself equals portal sex. Ooh, yes, fun story for another time, but I do know portal magic. More on that later. Where was I? Talking about stuff, right? 100%. I am totally derailed. I didn't smoke enough weed. But yes, I got succubus marks. That's right. Thank you for reminding me, chat. Pheromone was when I was my official one, but when I got kicked out of hell, essentially, I was branded with another one, Mind Melt, which meant every time I climax, I lose a memory. I forget one. So I'm fairly forgetful, especially if you follow my Twitter. See you when you get back, Rhea. But yeah, that's kind of why I have 2 instead of the 1. I'm pretty sure they only did this next part because I spat in their face, but as I was leaving, I was also placed with the curse of infertility. Yay! Riley uses amnesia? The Dark Descent? I'm confused. I am apparently pretty easy to derail. Hey, get it? But yes, I do have portal magic. I guess it's like some kind of demon magic. I don't know the specifics. I just know how I can boop, make a portal and then go through it, find new people, find new friends. The best kind of friends are the ones you can TOS inside of. That's how I'll phrase it. So I can make portals, but can I really do other things? Well, part of it is I'm able to, or one of my abilities is I'm able to use illusion magic and actually change my outfits at will. I can dry them off when I need. I can change my outfit to fit any sort of situation. I could take the time to practice channeling my magic into like spells and fireballs. Can I top you again? I mean, off of Twitch, but sure. I can take the time to channel magic into like my fireball spells or whatever, but I'm not really interested in that. I prefer to, you have the same answer as Pink. I prefer to channel the magic into a sort of, to, what's the phrase? Enhance my muscles. So, you ever see that anime Naruto with that, oh, cougar Tsunade? Yeah, where she channels the chakra into her punches and then like punches real hard. Yeah, like, so I can do that. That's fun. But are there any limits to my power? Well, yeah, I can't really do much more outside of that. And I can't expend like endless energy. I can't hold a portal open for like an hour straight. It takes a lot of concentration. Are there any drawbacks to my power? There definitely are, because every time I use them, it does drain my energy. But how do I replenish that energy? In both the ways of a succubus and an incubus. I kind of fill both those roles, but I lean towards preferring to replenish energy the way of an incubus. Invading dreams, seducing random people around me that tickle my fancy. Welcome back, Rhea. How you doing? Oh, hey, Osgray. How you doing? Taffy looks goobies? It does look goobies. Wub wub to you, too. Better later if you sit on my face. I mean, I can. I'm still here. Hey, Pink. Oh. I don't know how many people exactly have planned out VTuber lore, but there are quite a few that struggle with what should I actually make my lore? How should I decide on the background? That kind of thing. For me, I think the starting point is having the defined look of your character. What does your character's outfit say about them? How about their hair? Did they get a little something special that would remain a mystery? Like, who knows? Do they have any powers? If they have powers, do they have limits? How do they recharge their energy? These are just kind of a few questions you can really ask yourself when trying to decide, what do I want my lore to be? These are a few questions that I asked myself for my own lore. There are no correct answers for what your lore should be. It should be engaging to you. That's what it means. Other people will read it and they will be attracted to it. There are fucking 8 billion people in the world. You're not the only one that likes your stuff. Oh, that's just going to be a fucking short, isn't it? Or I can just tack it on to the lore discussion video. Probably. Anybody got any interesting or actually funny videos that they'd want to watch? I'd like to do more of that kind of content. I do also got some other stuff. Yeah, but I can't make that stuff on YouTube and Twitch. I wish I could. Hmm. So, chat, I am curious how each of you feels about AI art. 'Cause I have some opinions on it. But whether you like it Whether you love it, whether you hate it, AI art is very prominent, and I don't know if it's actually going anywhere or if it's here to stay. Start streaming on OrangeTube? Guess it depends on what you use. I mean, I could stream on Fansly. Or Friendly. Friendly. That's what I said, right? Right. Guess it depends on what you use. Yeah. And it depends on how it's used, honestly. Do I personally have any issue with people using an AI, like Novel AI, to get an idea for a base design? No. I don't care. Do I have a problem with people using AI art as profile pictures, banners, Vtuber, PNGs? Yeah, I've got a problem with that. I would much prefer to see pic crews over. I'm aware of what OrangeTube is, Rhea, thank you. I would much rather see pic crews than AI art for VTubers. Like, where the fuck is the emotion in the AI art? Who were the style inspirations? Where is the creativity beyond, that one looks decent? There is so much detail and passion that gets lost from the prominence of all this goddamn AI art. I just wish that I wouldn't see bigger people that I know have multiple works of art by actual artists, but they're using AI art to promote themselves for the engagement tweets. I don't have a problem with the engagement tweets. I have a problem with they're not helping any actual artists. So yeah, apart from reference, I fucking hate AI art. But for those that are completely on the anti-AI art bandwagon, I would remind you that there are forms of AI that many artists use to make the making of art easier, like saved brushes, like saved profiles for video editing, like the fucking art I make. I have plenty of AI art in mine, but my art isn't a fucking streamlined amalgamation of hundreds of now faceless artists. Should people feel bad for using AI art at all? No. Only if you disregard actual artists in place of AI art. But I can't afford a commission. Have you ever heard of the shithole Twitter? Go to that terrible place and look for art raffles and support? Or is it going to clap for me? Fucking really? This was supposed to be great. Support your artists, please. Report for the spam went through and has been actioned. Ooh, nice. Yeah, unfortunately you can't really put the genie back in the bottle. Yeah, I really don't like that. Hell, even I have to compete against fucking AI art. Because who wants to really take the time to throw me 20 bucks for a scene when they can just generate a close enough image? It's frustrating. Not terribly sure where I should go next. I could try gaming. I could also open up to Collins if anybody wants to chat. I can turn off studio mode. I don't need it really right now. I am kind of at a loss where I do want to go. I could talk about, I don't know, purity policing. Gonna be making some mac and cheese? Ooh. Oh, God, that scared me. Thank you for the follow there. That was a lot louder than I thought it would be. How's my day going? It's been going pretty well. You're still at work? You got like half an hour left, don't you? I know what else I can do. I have a telling him. I keep fucking forgetting about it. Telling him. Oh, autocorrect is amazing. Yeah. Half hour left. Okay, I'm gonna start from the bottom. Go all the way up. Oh God, why does it have to be in light mode? I can't read chat in light mode. Well, thanks for stopping by, Tannel. I'm glad you could catch what you could. Isn't it just wonderful when the internet asks you random questions? Been up since 5:30. Give me a break. I mean, you got half hour left on your day. You're almost there. Mad at my headset for being horrible. Of course it's horrible. It's rude. So the anonymous people on the internet sent me some fun little questions. I got quite a few to go through. I did go through a handful of them previously on stream, but I kind of forgot where that video ended up. So I'm just gonna redo them all. Starting from the very first one, which is, how tall are you? I am 6'1". How are you today? I'm doing all right, thank you for asking. What made you start VTubing? Oh, I was too lazy to keep doing makeup for flesh tubing. So I started using a Picrew as a PNG tuber without realizing what realizing what VTubing was. And then I switched over to a Vroid, and then I switched over to this. So that's fun. What is your zodiac sign? I think it's the one with the horns. If you know what I mean. I don't really believe in astrology, but I'm a Taurus. Did you get anxious being trans? Every goddamn day. Thoughts on Omegaverse? I find it can be very transgressive, or it can add a layer of heteronormativity to queer relationships, depending on the writer. Curious to hear what you think. I haven't actually read a whole lot from Omegaverse. I've only ever really... all I know about Omegaverse is from a Lindsay Ellis video. And she was pretty thorough with that. It sounds like you would probably agree with her video if you haven't already watched it. It's a pretty good one. And interesting. When is your birthday? May 1st? Ha! In a relationship? Yes, 8 years. Open. So, here's the thing. I am not looking for romantic connections. I'm looking to pound some ass. Just saying. What makes you happiest in life? That is a tough one. I would say a big part of that is, aside from my spouse, being able to provide the community I do and the connections I've been able to make. It's what keeps me going. I honestly don't have the words to properly convey how much the community I've built actually means to me. Next question, what's your dream sex scenario? I love these anonymous questions. They're just wholesome, horny, wholesome, horny, horny, wholesome, wholesome, horny. These are great. But dream sex scenario would probably be an orgy, because I've never done one of those. Especially if I get to film it. Would you change for someone else? None of my core tenets, but I can change behavioral habits to fit better with somebody. Your best friend. Ooh. That's a tricky one, because I do have multiple people I consider to be best friends. I don't have one that stands out, aside from my spouse, which is because we've spent 8 years together. She honestly is my closest friend. You can have many best friends? That is true. Do you prefer doing...
Have I done a good job?
Oh my God.
Have I done a good job?
Thank you for the sub on YouTube. Those audios scare the fuck out of me. I'll just hope they don't keep happening. Yeah, right? It's like so loud. Do you prefer doing futa lewd images or female ones? How about for streaming? I wasn't expecting that sound. Me either. I'm pretty sure you could see me jump from that. As for the lewd images I do, I prefer to include trans people, because, you know, I am one. I like to see my own self represented, kind of thing. As for streaming, I don't know, I'd probably do the same for streaming if I were to actually stream working on that stuff. What's your opinion of people who talk a lot about their own hobbies on the first date? I would probably fuck them, honestly. Because if you're passionate about something and able to share that passion and able to talk about it in a surface level and engaging way, that can get me to take an interest in it too. And showing that you have an actual hobby makes me think you're an actual person that won't just, ghost me after I finish pounding you. Because that actually happens. What lie do you tell most often? I'm doing all right, thanks for asking. How can I tell a boy that I love him? To quote the prophet, Patrick Starr, I love you. There is no proper way to actually tell somebody you love them. There's no right or wrong. You just say what's in your heart. Which phone was your first? I don't remember what exact make or model, but it was a Nokia flip phone. How fast do you forget people? I don't forget people. I've got a lot of friends that went offline forever. I miss them. What do you think about people who care too much about their image on social media? Yours was the Nokia brick. Ooh, Stan, that one was a sledgehammer. There is something to be said about caring about your image on social media, but there is a point where you don't want to focus too much on it. Like, you don't want to focus on, for me specifically, I do not focus on how many people are actually watching me right now. I am not watching my viewer counts. I'm thinking about what I want to say next. And the people that do focus, like, entirely on my view count's low, my engagement's low, maybe think about why. Are you putting out stuff that is grabbing or would generate attention? Is it just, I'm going live, check me out? If it's only, hey, I'm live, that doesn't really give people a reason to actually click on it and try and get to know you. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty black-pilled about going live tweets. I only think this one worked for this stream specifically because I had my pinned tweet as announcing this. Yeah, you need to grab attention, sell yourself. Exactly. What is the most important thing? I'm gonna honestly go with social connection. If you can build up plenty of social connections with a lot of people, then it gives you so many reasons to keep going forward, keep doing your best, because all those people do want to see you do better. They want to see the best foot you can put forward. Current mood, crippling depression. The last song stuck in your head. I know a song that gets on everybody's nerves. Everybody's nerves. Everybody's nerves. I know a song that gets on everybody's nerves. And this is how it goes. Boom, boom. I know a song that gets on I'm not going to keep going. What was the highlight of the day? This is a song that never ends. I know that one too. John Jacob. There's actually quite a few that just endlessly go on loop. But highlight of the day. It's gotta be the stream. I've been looking forward to this for quite a while. Like before I even knew what Koikatsu was or knew that I was actually going to have this model, I knew I wanted to have a model better than a standard Vroid, but I really couldn't make that jump. And then I finally did. Ooh, unironically, Rhea, I love that song. I'm never going to run around, hurt you. What is making life so hard for you recently? This was from 2 months ago. So, if I remember back correctly, capitalism. When did you last have a really good day, and what did you do? Honestly, the last time I visited my friends. It's always really nice to hang out with them, and when I get to spend time with my IRL friends, I get to decompress. I get to charge my social batteries. It's what I like to do every other weekend. Do you have any mixed feelings? If yes, what are they and what are they about? That is so open-ended. I don't know. Mixed feelings, mixed feelings. I, I don't know if it counts as a mixed feeling, but I guess it's at least a hot take. I don't block lolicons on Twitter. I prefer to leave them unblocked so they can see the shit I'm talking about them. I don't want to see that shit in public. Getting a lot of tells? I've been getting a handful. What was the last present you made someone? I can't remember which order I did it in, but I have made a few models for peeps. Hey Lucy, how you doing? I know, I love the new model too. It's great. Yes, I made the last few models I made, which were I did some editing on a model for Erin. I was happy to use or to make that. I made one for Mrs. Mummy. I made one for Zip Master. I made one for Digital Vibes, Felicity, Felicity Hayami. I gotta use their models more. Put away the border guard? That's good. Hehe, Lucy, all I need is a Koikatsu card. Looks like the last question I have. Did anything fun happen today? I don't know, this debut's kind of fun. Does that count? Yeah, that's a good spot to end the video. What is this, the meaning of life? Titties. What else? $42. That's for tittyless virgins. Yeah, Tennel's right. Titty. uh, you guys are cute. I am cute. So are you. If you weren't, would I really lewd you? That is true. It's always going to show the markings of our friendship. It's only playing 10% of the audio? Like, what do you mean? It's super quiet or it's like cutting out a lot? I'm gonna guess super quiet. Is it because I keep looking away from the microphone? It might be because of that. Now the question is, what do I get up to? I've kind of chatted about the stuff I wanted to chat about. Tree time? Is it tree time? Hey, Orphan, how you doing? Been a bit. For those of you who don't know, check out Orphan. He makes awesome Vroid models. Part of me does want to try moving on to a game. I wonder if my computer can handle it. I don't think I can handle Dark Tide. I'm pretty sure you found me on Twitter from, like, Ludes. That's how a lot of people have been finding me lately. Oh, geez, they're going to be celebrating so much and loudly. Oh, boy. I wish you the best of headphones, Orphan. Argentina? Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to the World Cup, but I would imagine you would know if your country won, even if you don't pay attention to it. I'm gonna jump into stream chat in a little bit. But I'm gonna take a quick BRB. I won't be gone very long. I'll be right back. Okay. That wasn't too long. At least, I hope it wasn't too long for everybody. I'm back. I would imagine the whole country would be bonkers, Orphan. Riz gotta go to work, that's fine. Work is important, you gotta focus on your IRL. I either want to do video react content, but I don't really know what to react to. Who's got funny videos? That would help. Aside from that, I might just decide to load up a game. Oh, I could do 7 Days to Die, which has Twitch integration. That's a game I haven't played in 5 ever. Well, I mean, I played it like a month or 2 ago, I think. I was doing a collab with somebody else, but that didn't end up going anywhere. Also, Warframe, I know would run fine. I don't think Halo would. Oh my god. I do have access to the Untitled Goose game. I've never actually beat that. I think I played the first level. You need to get back into Warframe. It's been ages. It's honestly a lot of fun. My big problem is the having to wait like, excuse me, 3 days or whatever. Ooh, part of me also wants to play Zomboid. I haven't touched that one in a while. Also could continue with Raft. I haven't set up Skyrim yet, but that will be a future stream that I want to do. There's something specifically I want to get going. I want to play some of the... I'm not sure. They're holding you for a little more overtime. That sucks. I hate when they do that. And they wait till like the last minute of the day too to tell you. Okay, so I'm currently debating 7 Days to Die with Twitch integration. Untitled Goose Game. Could try Gundam Evolution, but I don't think that'll work. Or Warframe. Zomboid, Goose, Warframe. What should I play? Phone's on. Are you serious? What a fucking dick. Well, Valheim isn't updated, so I can't hop on that. Oh, you're more than welcome. I honestly really like your models. Oh god, I also have I love you, Colonel Sanders. You know what? I'm just going to go onto Reddit. Capture. Fuck did it go? There. Right there. Have a good lurk and have a good dinner. Alive, right? No, I can still show. I can still click on that. Oh no, that's a video. I can't play that. Damn it. Who was? Okay, I'm gonna browse. Am I the asshole? Anything? Alrighty, you have a good sleep. If you can fall asleep, you probably should. Ooh, this one's about Christmas. So I am gonna start browsing some Reddit. Let's be the judge. Are they the asshole? "13 upvotes. Let's see what they have to say. My 30M, so the author is 30-year-old male. My mom passed away about 4 months ago. I live in a different state, not drivable, and my wife and I almost spent almost a month in the state I grew up in around her death. As you can expect, we spent a lot of time with family during that month. My mom had been sick for a while, so it was surprising it happened so soon, but it was not unexpected. My wife and I don't have kids and have been married for a bit over a year. Since we moved in together over 5 years ago, we haven't spent a Christmas apart, and I've always been with my family for Christmas. Mostly due to the fact that I have a strong relationship with my family, and she doesn't. I really like spending Christmas with my family, and she doesn't really want to go to her family's, where it's cold and further away. That's not to say she wants to spend it with my family, though. This year, we hadn't decided on our Christmas plans. Initially, we had thought we would just spend it the two of us where we live, maybe doing a weekend trip. This was her idea and preference, as I wanted to be with my family, or at least her family over the holidays. For me, Christmas is a time to be with family. However, the closer it gets to Christmas, the more I want to be with my family. My dad said he would really appreciate us being there, as it helped my family continue to heal. My wife is opposed to going. She has developed flight anxiety and questions how much of a few days on the holiday will let us heal. Also, she said we spend a lot of time this year and have always spent Christmas with them. Last week, we had an argument about this as I expressed my desire to spend Christmas with my family. A few days after the argument, I said I was okay with to stay where we live and do a small trip with just my wife. She said I could make my decision if I really wanted to go, or I think she said something to that effect. Today, we talked about it again, and I said I'd prefer to spend it with my family. I know how hard this Christmas will be for my dad, as the holidays were always a festive, important time for my family. My wife got upset and said she now knows that I think it's more important for my dad to have all 4 of his kids home for the holidays than 3 out of 4. I feel stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't want to leave my wife on Christmas, but I know the Christmas will be the hardest Christmas for my dad, and want to be there when he needs it the most. I wish my wife would just suck it up for one more year and spend a few days with my family. But that doesn't seem feasible. Am I the asshole for choosing my family over my wife? I'm gonna go with no. You're not this guy is not an asshole for that. This is a huge Christmas for that dad. It's the first one without his wife, and it would make a huge difference for the kids to be 3 out of 4 instead of 4 out of 4 being there. I understand where his wife is coming from, where she just wants to focus on the 2 of them. I get that. But she is being pretty unreasonable given the circumstances. Oh, these are fun. Am I the asshole for getting my stepsister and her family banned from Christmas? Ooh. They're labeled not the asshole. Oh, that Nests one is labeled the asshole. That'll be fun. Ooh, another long one. Okay, so am I the asshole for getting my stepsister and her family banned from Christmas? I have a daughter, Ilana, 6, and my stepsister, Jess, has a daughter, Haiti, 5. Me, my husband, Jess, and her husband, Paul, are all staying at our parents' house over Christmas period. For context, Paul arrived a day after the rest of us, very late at night because he does shift work and worked late before driving to our parents. Ooh, your mac and cheese is done? Yay! The next morning, the girls were playing in Alana's room at about 10 a.m. The adults were all downstairs, except Paul because he was sleeping, and my stepdad was out. Suddenly, we heard Paul shouting. This is not too unusual, if unpleasant, but this episode sounded particularly bad, so we got up. Before we could even get to the stairs, my daughter runs down crying, saying Paul had shouted at her for waking him up. My husband was livid and went upstairs to deal with Paul while I calmed my daughter down. I knew it would be absolutely impossible for us to be around Paul after what happened, so we would probably be leaving. Excuse me. Jess said that was ridiculous. Paul probably got annoyed and was tired and he'd apologize for everything and everything would be fine. I said no, it would not be fine. Nobody shouts at my child and remains on speaking terms with me or around my daughter. Paul should know better than to be acting like that with other people's children. I'm already leaning towards this person's not the asshole. Holy shit. When my stepdad came back, we told him what happened and that we would be leaving because we refused to subject Alana to being around Paul after what he did, and we don't trust him to not overstep boundaries like that again. My stepdad agreed, but said that it was unfair we should have to leave after Paul was the problem. He called Paul and Jess down and said they had to go, weren't welcome on Christmas or until after we had gone home. Paul tried to defend himself, saying kids should have been quieter, but when but when my husband got annoyed, Paul half-heartedly apologized. I didn't believe a word of his apology. My stepdad reiterated that Jess was welcome to stay without Paul, but Paul would be gone within the hour. Jess started crying and said it was unfair and said that my stepdad was choosing me over her and was a horrible father. She started an expletive rant so I left the room with Ilana. And next I saw was her and Paul going upstairs to pack. They left without a goodbye. Since they've gone every few hours, I've gotten a text from Jess saying how I've ruined her Christmas and her relationship with her dad over 30 seconds of bad judgment. I don't think I created this situation because it was my stepdad's decision to throw them out. I offered to leave. I also think Paul made this bed that Jess is lying in. All he had to do was come downstairs and ask us to quiet the children, or pop his head into the room and ask politely. Nevertheless, I do feel bad that Jess is stuck in the middle and that Haiti won't see her grandparents on Christmas because of this. Did I overreact? Would Paul apologizing have been enough? Edit. Read the kids being unsupervised. I was upstairs with them and we were all going down to do some baking. The girls asked for 10 more minutes to continue playing before coming down, so I went down to get all the stuff ready in the kitchen. They weren't on their own for hours at end. They were playing with a large dollhouse in Elena's room, hence why they were not playing downstairs to start with. Edit 2. I don't think this would change the responses, but someone said this needed to be in the main post. Paul's history of yelling. Paul yells at his daughter Haiti quite a lot. In a way, I would describe it as quite vicious. We have all been made uncomfortable by Paul's outbursts, and more than once I've had to bite my tongue because I think his conduct is unacceptable. I do because he and Jess are the parents. Maybe I did overreact, but imagining him shouting at my daughter the way I've seen him shout at his made me sick and angry. Yeah, definitely OP is not the asshole here. Holy shit, fuck Paul. Not in the fun way. That's my verdict. Chung chung. Okay, this next one is tagged as, yeah, Paul sounds so bogus, fuck Paul. This next one sounds like they're the asshole, or that's what they're tagged as. Am I the asshole for wanting my mom's wedding through the groom call, though wanting to go to my mom's wedding, though the groom called my wife ugly? What? My mom is getting married soon, and I'm happy for her despite not particularly liking the guy. She was pretty much a single mom because my dad didn't give a shit about me. She did everything and gave me the best childhood. We aren't super close right now because there is some tension between her and my wife. No one is really being mean, they just don't gel. But I still want to go to her wedding and show support. She's really happy for the first time I can remember. Anyway, the issue is about a year and a half ago, my wife overheard the guy my mom is marrying call her ugly. My mom was asking how to crop a picture on her phone. He didn't know my wife was around and asked if she wanted him to crop her ugly bull face out. My wife was beyond devastated. She came to me in tears and I confronted him. I honestly lost my shit and screamed at him. He did apologize and he kept saying he didn't know she was around, as if that was supposed to make it any better. My wife has never forgiven him and feels embarrassed to be around him, so as a result we don't do holidays or anything with my mom. My mom visits occasionally without him, but is pretty busy so we don't see her much. She has implied this is ridiculous and my wife needs to get over it. When my mom invited us to the wedding, I knew my wife wouldn't want to go and supported that. But then she dropped the bombshell that she doesn't want me to go. She said it would feel like a betrayal and I should stand by her to show my mom that she is wrong for marrying such an asshole and that my wife is my priority. I tried to gently explain that I can't. I don't necessarily agree, but I feel my mom deserves to to finally be happy and I want to be there for her. I said I still plan on attending and my wife was furious. As of right now, no, I think I'm going, but I don't know what I should do. Well, hot take. This guy is not the asshole. In my opinion, I don't think he is. Given the context of just this post, it's a shitty thing, 100%, what the groom did. But that doesn't take away the entirety of what the mother had done for the son. It's like, or done for their child. I shouldn't assume. Yeah, I don't think OP is an asshole. I don't think it's as basic as let's just get over this. It does need to be addressed. Like, and apparently it was addressed, but with a half apology from the groom, which that doesn't help. But you can still support one of the marriage participants without supporting others. Let them have their happy day. If it's not meant to be, it'll end. Am I the asshole for letting my dog poop in someone else's yard? I'm gonna go with yeah. For just the title, yes, you're an asshole if you don't pick it up. I don't give a shit if you pick it up. Why would I care? Edited to add, putting this at the top for everyone who keeps saying I was trespassing. I looked up the GIS property map. I was solidly in the easement, not on private property. Regardless, I want to be neighborly, so I'm sending angry neighbor an apology note, regifting restaurant card I'm not planning on using as an attempt to make peace. That makes me think you're more of an asshole. Let's be the judge. Context: I live in a house with no fenced yard and decided to adopt a rescue dog anyway because my husband and I both live pretty active lives and felt we could get him adequate exercise on a leash. We've had him for about 2 months so far and it's going great. We walk and bike with him daily, and we always take doggy bags attached to a leash so he can do his business and we can be respectful by cleaning up after him. Today, I was out on a bike ride with him. He runs alongside my bicycle, and I noticed he had to poo. Excuse me. It was bad enough that it was actually starting to poke out of his butt, so we pulled over and he pooed in the nearest yard. At this point, Angry Neighbor, abbreviated AN, who I didn't realize is sitting in his car watching this happen, starts honking his horn at us, and then he gets out posturing like he's about to beat me up. I've actually been attacked before while out on my bike, so it was scary. The exchange went a little like this. Me, waving and smiling as soon as he gets out of the car. Hi, so sorry, I'm going to clean it up. Angry Neighbor, screaming, why are you letting your dog shit in the middle of my yard? Me, I'm very sorry, sir. This is just where he went. I'm going to clean it up. Angry neighbor. Well, he only goes where you let him go. Me. I'm not sure what the problem is. I said I would clean it up. The dog finishes pooping at this point. Angry neighbor. The problem is you let your dog shit in the middle of my yard. Me. I'm very sorry, sir. I'm not sure what we can do about it now, except I'm going to clean it up like I said I would. I proceed to get a bag, clean the poo, and drop the bag in my bike pannier. The man turns and gets back into his car. My dog and I ride away. I am on the autism spectrum, so I might be missing some important social rule here, but is it actually bad etiquette to let your dog poop in someone's yard if you clean it up immediately? I think maybe Angry Neighbor was the asshole for needlessly intimidating a woman over I see as a non-issue. Why I might be the asshole. I guess it was disrespectful of Angry Neighbor's property. I don't see many alternatives here, though. I suppose I could plan my route differently and try to only ride on streets with grassy median so my dog has a place to go that's not a private property. Excuse me. It may not be totally feasible in our neighborhood, and the dog's bowels are not solely under my control, but I could try it. Honestly, though, the interaction frightened me, so I want to know, am I the asshole? ETA, I don't know what that means. I think it's edit. The dog was on a leash the entire time. We walked maybe 6 feet from the road into the yard. It was not precise middle of the yard, maybe a quarter of the way in. It was near a utility water access point for the yard, if that matters. Update, looks like the top judgment is I'm the asshole for reasons I hadn't considered. Thank you for those. They were helpful and respectful. The person may have had children that play in the yard, etc., and it could be considered trespassing. To me, dog poo is roughly the same offensiveness as bird poo, so if the roles were reversed, I would have not bothered in the slightest. A few people suggested writing an apology note, and I think I'll do that. Honestly, I didn't mean to be disrespectful, assumed cleaning it up would be adequate manners-wise, same as if a kid happened to have an accident somewhere. Someone also suggested training the dog to go on the asphalt instead of grass. I'm going to try that as well. He is a little sniff addict and seems to want to sniff out the perfect place to go, even if it's already coming out of his butt. I literally have seen him suck it back in before, and he doesn't deem a place adequate, but I'm going to try nonetheless. Final verdict, asshole, 55-40. Are you serious, Reddit? Why are they the asshole? That's fine etiquette to me. If you clean it up right away and it's like not residual shit, what's the issue? Seriously, tell me. I don't think they're the asshole. This honestly seems like Angry Neighbor was just mad at something else and took it out on OP. Yeah, I do not think they're the asshole. Can we get one asshole in this segment? Who knows? My wife demands I remove taxidermy from her sister's visit. What? Oh, these Reddit really thinks they're the asshole. We shall find out. And decide for ourselves, I guess. I am very into deer hunting and have 2 mounted deer heads in my basement. My wife does not like taxidermy and brings it up quite a bit. One is in a living room and the other is in my workout room that doubles as a guest room. Her sister is coming to town for the holidays and my wife insists I remove the deer head so her sister is comfortable. I refused since I use the room every day and I get a great memory every time I walk into that room. I don't feel I need to take it down or adjust things for my sister-in-law. She doesn't have to stay at our house. I have offered to change sheets, etc., so that my wife doesn't need to go into that room. Oh, bro. You are the asshole. Like, you're having a guest use that room for a bit. You can take the fucking head out for a couple days. Like, are you going to be using that room while the guest is in there? Because that might be a little more awkward than the deer head. Just saying. Well, we got at least one asshole here. I do want to get... Ah, I am having a little bit of a late lunch myself. Just got brought to me. Big thank you to #1 fan. Oh god, I didn't realize I was still on that screen. That's dangerous. I do not want to browse Twitter while live. Do playlist. Uh, pull up a browser. Do 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 do. Later, no. No, we're not going over that yet. Maybe future time. Who has heard of Abigail Shapiro? You may have heard of her brother, Ben.
Hello, Classic.
Ah, shut up. Loud, holy shit. So, wait, what the fuck? This was not supposed to be about... How did she change that video? It was supposed to be dating advice from her, and I was going to make fun of it. Now it's something else. But I guess I'll do something else that is likely to not let me monetize. Because, you know, Jubilee. Shut up. I want to do... Boop. No, not that screen. No capture. Fuck is it? The fuck is it? Be like that. Us, you. So basically, what I want to do is go over a video that is asking the question, what is sex like for trans women? And as one of those, I feel I want to share my thoughts. I haven't watched this video before. I don't pre-watch. I'm a good streamer. But I will likely get I won't be able to monetize this video. Oh no. Let's watch.
When I was pre-op, the orgasms were good, but honey, when I got that vagina,
I'm glad to hear that gender euphoria hit hard for them. Not going to assume. I want to say she, her, though.
how do you have sex? Are you able to have penetrative sex? I am
As you can have penetrative sex as a pre-op, too.
a post-op trans woman, so that means that I have undergone vaginoplasty, which is a form of reconstructive surgery, and that allows me to be able to have vaginal intercourse.
It's actually really weird, like having sex with a vagina, obviously, because I went 22 years of my life without one. Every single time I'm like, oh my God, what if it hurts? Or like, what if it breaks? Or what if I like have to get another surgery or something?
Personally, I am pre-op, so I haven't had a vaginoplasty and I don't plan on getting one probably until I decide to have children. Just because
Girl, go for it. You don't even need to get that surgery if you don't really want to. Honestly, anybody that's considering, is that surgery actually right for me? If you have any doubts at all about it, don't get it. It's as simple as. Simple as. And yeah, vaginoplasty, I actually know the details of, but I'm not getting it at all. I don't care. I like what I got. But yes, you can have regular old fun times. The only difference is you're going to need lube. Honestly.
I don't really have like gender dysphoria as much like down there, it doesn't really bother me as much. I do the penetrating, I guess.
I like her.
What is your sexual orientation? If you have a partner now, how do they identify? I'm straight. I am married to a heterosexual cis male.
I would say straight because I am attracted to men, and the men that are attracted to me also, they would consider them straight because they see a female in me.
A lot of men are scared to date trans women because they're
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't get flirted with or hit on by exclusively gay men. Like, by exclusively gay men, I mean men that are only attracted to dudes don't flirt with me. It's the straight dudes that do. And there is the stigma of, oh, you're going to see we're gay. I wonder how she's going to counter it.
they're scared of being gay in the eyes of other men. I don't have muscles, I don't have hairy legs, I have nothing that would attract a gay man to me, you know? So I don't consider my partner gay.
As it stands now, I would
Yeah, I can 100% relate to that. It's a lot more about social cues for me. Because there are a lot of guys that, a lot of straight guys that would femboys. Just throwing that one out there.
Identify as pan or bi, so I'm still married to my cisgender wife. We were married before my transition. The vagina is still something that I am exploring and open to. It isn't my number one preference, but I recognize that my wife's number one preference wasn't, at the time, having a wife.
At what point do you disclose to your potential partners that you're trans? It's such a touchy.
I do that up front. If they don't know I'm trans right away, or if, as long as they know I'm trans and they're willing to still hang out in public, I'm cool with them. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I don't try to really hide it from people. I am very upfront about it when talking about play friends.
Subject because a lot of girls disagree with me, but I believe that your first conversation, point blank.
I wouldn't
Preach,
want to
sister.
talk to somebody, like, have feelings for them, and then they find out that I'm trans and they're not into it, which is totally fine because, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea and you can't be mad at somebody because they're not into you. But I definitely think that before you do anything sexual with somebody, you need to disclose that you're trans. That is like a number one thing.
So
Yeah, I can agree with that, where you don't necessarily have to be upfront, like, first interaction, hey, I'm trans, but you definitely want to have that conversation before you're jumping into bed together.
before my surgery, I think it was a little more important. I would literally be with a guy and just like get caught up in the moment and think he's like so perfect, so amazing. And then I was like, wait, like, I have to tell you something. And now having a vagina, I've like fully had sex with people and like just not even told them. They just like don't know. When guys get upset when they find out you're trans, it's honestly based off their own insecurities of like, oh, I find so-and-so attractive. Oh, she used to be a boy. Oh my God. If you're attracted to me.
Yeah, like, with her case, I don't think she actually really needs to disclose, hey, I used to present as masculine for 22 years, or I used to have whatever, because, like, it literally doesn't matter unless you're talking about reproduction, which is not a regular conversation, especially for people you're just friends with. And for the record, I bang my friends.
If you literally just had sex with me, it doesn't matter. Like, who I was born as, like, I'm not that person anymore.
Have you ever feared for your safety while pursuing a hookup?
Yep, every time. Well, not every time, but, like, you don't exactly feel safe going to a bus exchange at, like, 11 p.m. to go rail some dude.
I was hooking up with a lot of people without telling them I was trans. I had an instance one time where I was hooking up with a guy, and one of my friends at the time, who I thought was my best friend, told him after I hooked up with him, and he lived in the same apartment building as me, and it was not good. Him and his like friends starting to beat my ass. I literally had to move out of my apartment because I was scared, like, literally for my life.
Well, I do sleep with like a bat.
Like, Jesus Christ, yeah, some people will fucking react to that because of their bigoted insecurities. That's why you do need to have that conversation before you jump into bed with each other.
And a knife for sure. Like, I've thought to myself, like, shit, do I have to grab my knife? I have been in bars where I've had guns put up to my head here in California.
Honestly, a couple months ago, I was with this guy and it was just going really good. Didn't expect to like hook up with him or anything. But then one thing led to another. Obviously, I didn't tell him I was trans because I didn't expect to hook up with him. He was like, oh, was like Lila your birth name? And like started like asking very like weird questions. And he was like, oh, your vagina like looks new. I didn't know where it was gonna go. I was like, what if he like drugs me or smothers me or literally tells me? That happens all the time. You have to be so careful. And so I was like, oh, this is a really unsafe situation. Like, I have to go.
Our orgasm.
They haven't actually had the conversation, and they're bringing up your vagina looks new. Okay, that's something to say. I am glad you're free, Zip. Glad to hear it. And hey, Simple Galaxy.
Better after your transition. When you're more comfortable with your body, yes, orgasms are better.
Yep, that's all you really need to say. If you're not liking the body you're in, not really going to be enjoying your orgasms. But once you accept who you are, it gets a lot more fun. 40 minutes of goddamn overtime? Fuck! Oh my god. If my foreman tried to pull that shit with me, I would leave. I would go home. Because it was their fault they didn't take their lunch. At least you got overtime for it.
When I was pre-op, the orgasms were good, but honey, when I got that vagina, it feels so nice to just be able to just let her just flow. Just let it flow.
I think now that I'm on like hormone pills, my libido went from here to like here.
When you're on hormones for so
That
long,
happens to a lot of us, yeah. Where the libido will drop a lot. You will actually experience erectile dysfunction in most cases. Honestly, if the saying for your dick is true, use it or lose it. I have been on hormone therapy for a few years now, and I've used it pretty regularly. I've used my fun. It's still working. But that's not the case for everybody. I just have a really high drive, even though it's still being suppressed by hormones.
it does a lot to your reproductive organs, so you don't
It actually
produce
does.
sperm, and your sex drive goes down a lot. I almost went like a year without having sex just because I really was like not feeling well about myself, because I was still in kind of like that beginning phase where I felt like I really wasn't a full woman yet.
Oh, that first phase hurts, where you're really trying to pursue your transition and the ball's rolling, but it's so slow. Oh, that's a
My
bad still
sex life
frame
with my
for it.
partner has improved since my transition. It can be magical and epically more romantic and epically more, because I'm so much more
Like
engaged.
her
I was
hair.
never able to be
So cute.
fully engaged with almost anything across the spectrum of life, not just sex, before I came out.
Oh
So
god,
much
I feel that too, girl.
How often do you encounter people who fetishize you?
As a Vtuber every fucking day. Are you serious? Okay, that's a good still frame of her. She did really well with her makeup tech. Actually like that. But how often do people fetishize you?
How often do you encounter people who fetishize you?
Online, every fucking day. Offline, most days. Whenever I go out femme presenting, there's usually at least one person that's considering me a sex worker, but not the kind of sex worker I am. I'm a porn star, not a prostitute. I respect all kinds of sex workers, but I can't do the street working. I'm too much of a coward.
Very often they go instantly into like, oh, like, do you like the top? You know, can I give you oral?
There's always random people who will Instagram DM you, Twitter DM you.
Been so many
Yep.
people who were like, oh my god, do you have a dick, or like blah 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 blah, and think it was like so hot and stuff like that. And it's like, baby, I'm not a fetish. And like that's what so many people like think, or they're like, oh, I'm not into that. And it's like, into what? You're not into girls? Like that's like, not something to be into. It's just like, are you attracted to me or not?
When you have
Yeah, like, if you're not into dick, say it. I don't care. I have actually flirted with people and then made the joke jokes of like, I can give you experience working a shaft, because they've never had that experience. And then they were like, can you speak a little more clearly? I'm pretty drunk. And then I said, I have a dick. And they said, that's not my cup of tea. And I said, I respect that. Have a good day. Not that hard. The problem comes when people are only fixated on the sex with you. I love to flirt with people, but holy shit, there are people who only DM me about sex.
Sex, do you ever struggle with feelings of dysphoria?
Oh my god, what trans woman doesn't? What trans woman that deals with dysphoria doesn't deal with it during sex? Honestly, most of the time it's like exemplified during sex because you're so focused on the thing where, you know, you're showing off your body to another person or more people. But that kind of reifies dysphoria to an extent because suddenly you're in that situation where people are seeing you.
Yes, I do. My voice and my face for making out, and sometimes my stubble. You know, I haven't had laser hair removal. There are certain surgeries, facial feminization, and things like that that I still haven't had. I don't feel dysphoric about my genitalia. A lot of trans people do. I don't. I like that part of my body.
I know
Preach.
a lot of trans women are very like against their parts, and you know, because mentally they're women, right? Well, this is me, trans woman. You know, I'm not mentally a woman. I don't want ovaries. I don't want a vagina. You know, so I like using my penis to have sex for sure.
It's so important.
Oh, yeah.
Oftentimes as a
I like what I got down there. I don't like the chest I got, and that could be better. But overall, yeah, I kind of like what I got.
trans woman to feel that we need to be the prettiest, we need to be the thinnest, we need to be the curviest, just so we can even feel less dysphoric.
Oh my god, those societal pressures are so fucking strong and overwhelming, and they're reinforced in like small ways that people just never really think about. It's an indirect, offhand, casual remark most of the time. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but holy shit, it does get overwhelming at times.
Early on, I remember she even asked if it was possible for me to sometimes, you know, role play like the role of a guy, even just for like almost like dress up. I think she was just coming to terms with the loss of that. I was just very honest and said no, because I'll be in tears by the end of that.
Which makes sense, yeah, you don't really want to role play.
No. There was no sex talked about in my home.
I grew up in Montgomery, Alabama, so very deep Bible Belt South.
For me, the sex talk was, don't finish inside. Wear a condom. Women are not objects, that kind of thing. And then one class of sex ed that didn't even really touch on consent, which should have been touched on. At least basically described.
So sex was not talked about.
Oh god, she was in the
at
Bible
all.
Belt.
And
Glad she's okay.
I actually had sex at 13.
Asian people, they
Hey,
have,
13,
like, this,
respect.
like,
Me too.
strict rule and like
With another
also
13-year-old, by the
that,
way.
they want their sons to grow up as. So if they're growing up trans, like it's kind of a big no-no. I told myself, and I made a promise to myself, that I won't transition medically until my mom like fully accepts me. Yeah, she disowned me for like 5 years. I just wanted that path for me. I know
Jesus
that a lot of
Christ.
Trans girls would be like, Zyla, you need to take hormones right away or else you're gonna turn into an old man. But for me, I wanted to do it my way. I mean, now we're like best friends and like she buys me underwear and like bras and stuff, so.
Oh my
I'm
god,
transphobic,
that's
so
so
I won't
sweet.
wait for sex until my partner gets further into her transition.
Oh, ooh,
That is such a tricky one. Is it transphobic to wait till you're further along transition? I'm gonna go with no. If you're wanting to wait till they're further in their transition, I actually have respected that. Where I like to enjoy sex. I like when my partner is enjoying it. And early on in transitions, even before I knew I was trans, I knew it would be very hard for people to really get into that mindset of feeling like themselves, especially if they're so early in their transition. I think it would be very, I guess, transpositive to engage with those activities earlier in the transition, but I wouldn't call it transphobic to wait until they're further into their transition.
That's a tricky one.
There's no issue with wanting to wait, and you need to definitely communicate that, because it really sucks for someone to have to wait and expect something and it never comes. And then for also them to
God, I
have
know
to
that.
feel that
Waiting for
you really
someday.
don't desire them at all.
No, I don't think that's transphobic. I think honestly, certain things, especially sexually with pre-op trans women, is I guess just your like own opinion and your own preference. I guess like certain things make you uncomfortable. That's one thing. But if you genuinely like, don't want to have sex with them, then it's like, why are you together? Why are you talking? Like,
It's like it's a conditional kind of love. It's like you don't view them as female or male until they're completely transitioned, which is not fair. If you can't love me at this point, you can't love me at this point, you know?
I can respect that mindset, but I can also understand how there are hurdles for people that, like, let's say a trans woman is dating or starts dating a straight man, but the straight man wants to wait a little bit to engage in intercourse with the trans woman. What if you feel that way about yourself, though? 'Cause that's pretty much... 'cause that's me, pretty much. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's kind of how dysphoria is. I'm glad you're home, Zip. But if you want to wait to engage in intercourse until you're further in your transition, that is totally fine. It is also fine to want to wait for your partner to go through with their transition. Like I don't feel good enough until I get farther, I guess. That honestly is a pretty prevalent mindset in the trans community, where a lot of people only really see the passing, the quote-unquote successful transitions. Those are the ones that get the most attention, and a lot of... I fucking hate the term passing, but a lot of non-passing trans people get brushed to the side because of that, and it kind of feeds into like this: I'm not good enough unless I'm thin enough, unless I'm curvy enough, unless I'm pretty enough. And that's not the way it really is. In reality, it's how well you actually carry yourself and how you present yourself. At least that's how it's worked for me. Even early on in my transition, I still... oh fuck, I still struggle with this shit, and I'm 4 years into my medical transition. I keep telling myself I'm waiting for titty surgery, and then I'll be ready for it. And then I'll be happy with where I am in my transition. But it's a part of me that knows no one thing will ever be good enough for me to really feel like me. I need to accept that. I need to understand that I am good enough. And you are too, Kizu. Doesn't matter how far along in you are of your transition. It doesn't matter if you're going to transition for only 6 months and then you decide you want to go back to how you used to present. That is irrelevant. What is relevant is how you feel now and how you want to be treated. I don't care how masculine somebody is. If they tell me they want to be referred to as she, her, those are the pronouns I'm using for them. Their presentation is irrelevant. I care more about how they view themselves and how they want the world to view them. That's where I'm coming from anyways.
Has sex ever made you regret your transition?
Oh, that's a good one. No. It's actually only ever been better since I transitioned, honestly.
I would say no. I don't think sex really has anything to do with my transition because I guess for me, like, I could go the rest of my life without having sex.
Not
Oh, Stan. Like, if you can go the rest of your life without having sex, preach. Like, go for it. But for me, I enjoy it. And to clarify, I enjoy it more post-transition because I'm comfortable in my body. And I'm actually able to really enjoy the situations I'm in.
regret. I would never ever regret anything. But right after I got my surgery and like got my first boyfriend, I was like, oh my God, why is this so much work? Like, cause you have to dilate and like clean and like all this stuff. Once you go that far, there's nothing really you can't handle. So it's just all about patience at that point and like letting everything heal and your day will come.
And
Yeah, oh my God. For those of you that don't know the details of vaginoplasty, there is a point post-surgery in, like, right away, pretty much, you have to dilate it. You have to use objects to expand it so that it doesn't contract too much and then heal closed, which would be a problem. And if you neglect that too much, penetration becomes painful. I will say that. It is something that you need to keep up with if you care about penetration. That's really the kicker.
I'm at a point in my transition where, like, sex doesn't give me any validation anymore. I think when I was younger, that was definitely an issue, and I thought I needed to be having so much sex to have people really think, you know, that I was the most perfect and beautiful woman.
What's one?
Oh, that's common for women to be told that in general, and it's just so fun that we also get pushed into that too. Like, women in general have that societal pressure placed on them, and since trans women are women, we also got to deal with it. Haha.
One thing you wish you could debunk about being a trans woman. This
One thing I wish I could debunk about being trans woman. I don't know, that people think that you need to have all the surgeries and all the medical stuff to really be considered a woman. I don't subscribe to that at all. I don't think it honestly does matter what... Oh, there's my mouse. Fuck. I don't think it does matter what body parts you have, what chromosomes, your skin tones, your textures, any of that shit. None of that matters to how people should be referred to. It should only be how they want to be referred to. Anything other than that is pushing things onto others. Just let them live their lives. Let them be as masculine or as feminine as they want. Let them use the names they want. What's the harm? The answer is there is no harm. People just hate us. I wish we could debunk people thinking we were trying to turn everyone trans or gay. Yeah, I wish so too, but that's kind of conspiracy brain thinking that there's a secret cabal trying to trans gay people. It's honestly just the same as fucking far-right talking points about Jewish people. They're just... We're out to get everyone, apparently. Oh yeah, we put the chemicals in the water. Don't you know? But yeah, the thinking of secret cabal trying to control the mainstream scientific institutes, the mainstream medias, all that fun stuff. Yeah, that's basically the same stuff that the Nazis were doing in Germany, or Weimar Germany, before they took over. And by Nazi, I mean those not nice people that don't like people of Hebrew descent. If you look at the rhetoric from the right wing of American politicians these days, you just substitute trans for Jew and it's the same. Just saying, vote left.
This whole like pervert thing and like you know, us trans women using the restroom, it's like, honey, all we do there is wash our hands or pee or poop and then we're gone. I am not there to look and stare at your anything.
One of the things that
Yeah, we're not in the bathroom to look at people's fun bits. We have Google. What the fuck? We just want to pee and get out of there. Nobody want... Honestly, I don't know any trans person personally that is okay with going into a public bathroom because of that mindset that people think trans people are only there to be predators. Like, literally, I don't use public bathrooms. I hold it for hours on end if I don't know where a single person bathroom is.
that I wish that we can debunk is that we often don't get tested. We often don't want to know our HIV status. People think that, you know, we're just walking around, you know, just like in walking STD. We're not.
We just
I got a standing order for STDs. Or blood tests to check for STDs. I am clean, by the way.
want to be normal. We want to live a life. We want happiness. We want boyfriends. We want husbands. We want to not be killed. We don't want to be threatened. We don't want to be somebody's secret. We don't want to be your side chick. Every
Love
night I
her
get
eyebrows.
texts from midnight to 5 in the morning, and it's so annoying because those are hoe hours. And I'm not nobody's hoe. I'm special. I'm unique.
Sister.
I wish that I learned being trans isn't a sexuality, it's an identity. Like, I thought, because of my own experience, I thought, okay, all trans women who transition from male to female, they like men. But that's clearly not the case. Like, you can be a trans woman and love women. You can love both, or you can love men.
Yes, there is that. I do wish that transgenderism was taught as a gender or a lens of analysis for gender instead of for sexuality, because those are different things.
Wish that I would have learned that sex doesn't equal love.
Oh, that's true.
I wish I would have.
Yeah, sex does not equal love. There is multiple kinds of love, and a lot of people think of romantic love as love, but there is more than just romantic love. There is platonic love, there is sexual love, most people call lust, and familial love. There's more than I can think of. It's obviously I can only think of 3. Well, I'm Arrow, so what do I know?
Would have realized that just because I was 13 and I thought that I loved him and we had sex, so that meant that he loved me too.
Yeah,
emotional connectivity
that's a rough one.
that comes from having sex with someone after I've had sex with someone, it has never been the same when I'm in the room with them. When their name is brought up, there's a connection there that, for better or worse, those are.
Is this just an arrow thing? Because I don't have that issue. I've slept with like 80% of my friends, and I personally haven't felt like our dynamic has really changed after hooking up. Honestly, we had fun. We might have fun again. We might not. It doesn't really affect that I consider them a friend, that I care about them, that I want to spend time with them platonically, playing video games, hanging out, watching YouTube, whatever.
Pieces of me that I wish I had guarded a little more in a lot of circumstances.
Everyone should explore their own bodies and find out what is best for them. You
True.
know, it shouldn't be about making other people happy or fulfilling a societal standard. Sex is fun, and it should be about that.
Very, very true. I don't know if I could have said it better myself. Thank you, Jubilee. That was a fun little video. And it's good to know we all think alike. I think for some, sex is like the okay for singular ownership, and that's what gets taught. I'm getting a phone call. Hello? I'm sorry. I don't speak Mandarin. Can you talk in English, please? No, you're a bot? Oh, that's what I thought. Why am I getting calls in Mandarin? I guess Google's listening or some shit. This is like the okay for singular ownership. Like, not the best wording for sure, but I guess that's some kind of dynamic there. I'm not honestly sure there. Gotham? You're being loud. Yeah. I'm assuming Gotham's not actually being too loud. He's probably not being picked up by the microphone. Eh. Ah, that was bugging me. A little bit of a hangnail is gone now. Switch back over to VTubing. Like, most people consider monogamy as the only way, so else feels taboo. Go. Got it. Yes, a lot of people do consider monogamy as the default, but I personally don't think it is. I think it's been pushed a lot in the last 100 years or so, maybe? Oh my god. Okay, be right back. Kitty cat just keeps bouncing up to the door and he can't open the handle. Where's my drinks? Hey yo, where's my pet? Where's my Dr. Pet? Fuck. What else can we watch? Oh lord, what happened? I don't know. I just love it when TERFs argue with me. Don't you guys? I've been a 2-hour stream right now. Kind of want to go longer, but I don't know what else I want to do. If anybody else has some suggestions, let me know. Badoo. Yeah, a lot of good talking stuff today. Though I'm kind of running out of topics for the top of my head. You know, something I would love to do, I probably can't do it today or right away, but something I want to arrange is I would love to debate. I don't know about what though. I don't know anybody that actually disagrees with me on like anything important. It's all like esoteric arguments. Oh, I know what I can do. So, I wasn't 100% sure I wanted to make this video, but you know what? Fuck it. Content is content. I had a bit of a falling out with a prominent member of my community. What started it? Bosch. I'm not here to bring up... I just sent a speech earlier? What speech? Well, either way, I'm not here to bring up drama or defame anyone. The whole situation has got me thinking about how so many people fixate on public figures being perfect advocates, having to live up to every single polished standard. This isn't the first time someone has given me pushback for enjoying listening to Vosh. Do I think he can do better? Sure. Am I going to tell him how to use his platform? No. Am I going to judge the use of his individual words, like his frequent use of the R slur? Yes, privately. But I have no interest in going out of my way to tell him that shit. Okie dokie, let me know, Zip. There's just this hyper fixation online on like the things that hurt you only seem to lead to some sort of militancy that pushes people away from the points you're trying to make. Like, is the use of the R slur bad? Yes. Do normies care about the use of that word, or have an idea that it's bad but don't really know why? Normies just don't care, and we need as many of them as possible on our side, because, you know, we want to win elections. And then the normies see people calling for deplatforming of public figures for using the R slur. That's literally the only thing they got. And that's not a good enough reason for normies. Personally, not a good enough reason for me. That attitude is what spawned the liberal snowflake meme that the right wing uses against us constantly. By focusing on such a moral crusade, all you're doing is playing into that narrative and pushing people away from the talking points you want to give them. Instead, I listen to the thoughts behind the statements that people make. I listen to how effectively they dismantle the talking points of my political opponents. What is that glitching in my ear? I don't know. But it might keep happening. It did. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Probably not. These are shitty headphones. There is no denying Vosh has influenced my rhetoric, but there is a reason I don't actually use the R slur. With some people, that's not good enough. You have to denounce that word constantly. You have to... I'm not going to get built up on it. You don't hear it? No, that's good. There is no way to snap that word out of use, and currently, I'd rather focus the energy of the online left to push against the rise of far-right powers. You don't fight your enemies by attacking your allies. There are so many ways to fight the right wing, to fight the far right. When I say far right, I literally mean Nazis, neo-Nazis, people like that. That is who I'm concerned about, not people who use the R slur. That is so low down on the priority list. It's bad, yes, but there's literal fascists rising, and you're focusing on a word from a leftist. I know a lot of people want their revolution to come, but that takes circumstances beyond our control. We have means to peacefully sway the masses to our side. We should maximize that effectiveness while we can. I may be Canadian, but the US has very heavy influence on our politics, and I don't want to share a border with a literal autocratic America. Geez, that was actually really short. Good times, good times. Bitching about politics. Let's see, let's see. Hey, it's almost 4:20. My time anyways. Perhaps I should start wrapping up, I guess. I don't really know where I want to go next. Being Canadian is like living in the apartment above a meth lab. True. I'm gonna steal that and use it. I do wonder Dark Tide seems to play a little differently on my PC since I switched over to Steam. Seems to be a little better running. Looks nice just going to yoink. Seriously, I want to get into a game, but I'm not sure what. That's where my pop went. I hit it like a dumb bitch. Yeah. What to do, what to do. Just having a little snack as well. Close that. I can close that. I might just do Dark Tide until I can't anymore. Because I want to play it more. We're gonna try. I I feel like it's not gonna quite work for me. But I mean, one can always hope. Chatting. Yeah, yeah. Boop-a-doo. It's loading. Slowly. Do let me know if the actual game looks like a slideshow. Because I've done like a 2-hour stream of a slideshow before without knowing. I would hope the menu would at least be smooth. Come on, you shit. God, it is so loud. Do do do. I'm gonna go ahead and close my internet browser. Oh, it always takes so long the first time. Ah. What the fuck, Dark Tide? Come on. Dark Tide. Dark Tide. There we go. Do, do, do. On, computer, let us get to the fun. Though I mean, watching loading screens is pretty fun. Holy shit. Really being like that, huh? Come here, phone. Holy shit, will it ever end? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. It's struggling? Like, how badly is it struggling? All the badly? Oh. Oh. Yeah, sometimes it'll, like, or at least on my screen, it's pretty smooth. But it does usually struggle with, the loading screens. At least it's got that spinning icon. Yeah, I can still change that little propaganda. Holy shit. I swear to God, if this crashes on me... Load my hair. I swear if this crashes on me, I'm just done. I'm not going to try playing it again.
We are to use the heretics cogitator array against them by uploading falsified intel.
Run in progress, eh?
Use of a servo scout to aid cipher ident acquisition. Do not damage it. Do
I'll
not
damage your mom.
array. It is a tool we can turn to our advantage. Data upload only. No destruction.
Ugh. Loading screens. The game. Yay! Supposed to see my hands waving, god damn it. Fat Shark, let me play. Emperor making me throb. That's what my strike team just said as they entered. I'm tired. I've only been getting like, 8 hours sleep. I need more. I should probably go to bed early today. I say that every day. And then do I? No. No, I don't. I do not. Holy fuck. Finally! Up at the highest peak, heaven is for the meek, sleep is for the weak, sleep is for the weak. Hey! This is fucking fun. Oh, I like to blow. Oh my god. Really? Disconnected, that's fucking fun. I don't have the internet open, right? Well, we tried. It has been a stream, that's for sure. Yep. Yep. Been a hell of a stream, actually. We laughed, cried, we came. Hey, Alex, how you doing? Who do I want to go say hi to? I'm homo. Hey, me too. I'm homo too. I do hope your work wasn't too bad for you, Alex. I'm just trying to decide on who to send some love to. Anybody have recommendations for raid? Let me know. Right now I'm considering going for Nemesis, because she is playing Darktide that I didn't get to play. Or ooh, Mecha vibin'. Yeah, okay, I think that's where I'm gonna send the raid. Well, thanks for joining me, everybody. It has been a pretty fun debut. I do hope y'all have a good rest of your Sunday. I hope your next upcoming week is not too bad for you. I just want to send y'all good vibes. I'm gonna be booping off for now. Starting up the raid. Gonna go boop in, see an artist that is playing some Dungeons and Dragons. Again, thanks for coming by, everybody. It's been it's been fun. Love you all. YouTube, I'm still going on you. I'm off of Twitch right now. I've rated out. I prefer